The guys recently went to Oklahoma, and I'm going to let them tell you about it because it's interesting. And I'm also going to tell you, so keep watching, that there was a huge surprise that happened on this Oklahoma trip, and there's a surprise that's going to happen today after this Oklahoma trip. All right, don't tell anybody. But our man James, who you saw on reducing doe numbers on the other one, and he should be reducing again today, he's going to get something that I believe, if you'll keep watching, he's going to really enjoy. And let me say, he's an honorable veteran that served our country, served in Afghanistan, and it could not happen to a nicer guy. Stay tuned. All right, now y'all went to Oklahoma. Give me a quick rundown on the Oklahoma situation. James, what about you? What did you see? How'd it go?
Well, we left out, good traveling all the way there. Spent the night and went on into Elk City. Elk City, we got up there the next morning, went on to Arnett. The weather,
It was warm, was it not?
Very warm, caused deer not to move as well. The rut was still in. There was some chasing.
Now out there, baiting is legal?
Baiting is legal out there. They throw grain out. You work in through with the cattle, turkeys, whatever else comes through there. So it's not just deer only that feed on that grain that he puts out. And but we've seen a lot of deer. I've seen a lot of chasing. I've seen a lot of deer. It was probably 118, 120-ish at the most.
Now, here's the surprise part of the trip out there. Lee, this was your first time out there?
It was first time.
Okay, now we're going to be showing some pictures and stuff and when we get there, but tell me about your situation, and especially that day. And when I say that day, I mean you know the day.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was hunting in a washed out area that ran down to a river, and it was just off the side of a knoll. I think James was hunting probably about 400 or 500 yards to the right of me.
Okay.
I was in a real shaded area. I saw several deer in and out that area. That particular morning, I said the day before, I actually passed on a couple of probably really what I would consider nice deer around here. But,
yeah.
Well, one of the things that we were told there was, you'll know when you have a shooter that pops up. So I just I just kind of let them walk off. It was early in the hunt. As I put my binoculars down, there was a group of turkeys that was still to my left. I had about 3 cows, longhorn cows, to my right. And then right there in the middle of all that, I see this deer. And again, didn't have my glasses on. It's probably 50, 60 yards away at the most. But I could tell that it had really nice mass on the rack. And I said, well, you know, my son Murphy, he just shot just prior to the day before. I said, you know, James, he's probably fixing to tap him one, and I said, I might as well go ahead and just take this one.
Okay.
So I brought the rifle up. I didn't even put the rifle on the deer's head. I made sure I had a good angle shot, pulled the trigger, and when I shot, the turkeys flew up, kicked up a bunch of dust. The cows took off, and I saw the deer bound one time. But I could tell when I shot it was a pretty good hit, so I knew he probably wasn't going to be too far away. So I got up from there, and 20 yards away, there he was.
And when you got to him, what did you find?
I found the shock of my life. It's the largest deer I'd ever seen.
There you go.
Shot. It was pretty. It took a while for it all to sink in, but he was just an absolute giant.
James, what did the deer score at the end of the day?
The score, the green score there at the Outfitters, it scored 161.
All right, so not too doggone shy from being a Boone and Crockett
he
deer.
was 9 inches away from Boone and Crockett. That's the largest deer, and I've been hunting, you know, since I was 12. That's the largest deer I've ever seen in person. Just mass, palmation of the antlers, just the body. I wish we would have been able to bring home the bone, the hooves of the front of the feet. They were white.
Really?
They were white. They were not a black toad. It was a white cow hoof type deer.
Okay.
Probably 3 inches wide and probably 4 or 5 inches long. It was just a massive deer.
All right, now Lee, we got the, you know, part of it. We got a few stills of the deer. The battery had died, but the people at the Outfitters, is there anything that goes along with you killed the biggest deer that was there for that trip, right?
Yeah, that was what was so amazing. So the night before, the owner of the Outfitter said, you know, whoever shoots the largest deer, you know, we're going to let them have their down payment would be taken care of. They wouldn't have to.
That's pretty awesome of the Outfitter.
Yeah, it was. You know, he's a former Marine.
Yeah, he's a retired Marine.
All right, and I've said before, James, and I've said it before, and we both mean this completely, that we know you're military, and there's a pile of crap. You guys don't get near enough credit or recognition for what you do. And
well, we thank the civilians and, you know, families and friends and all that for y'all support, because without y'all, you know, it wouldn't be possible at all.
well, without you guys, we'd probably be speaking German. And I like sauerkraut, but I have no idea other than that. I don't want to speak German.
Right.
So back where we're at, Lee, something goes with that. They tell you they're going to throw the down payment.
It sure is. So, you know, I guess that sank in, you know, right after I had shot it. You know, James, he helped me load it up, which is another story entirely.
I'm sure it was.
It was. That might be a video up unto itself.
Yes.
But I loaded it up, and I remember making a phone call because I knew exactly what I was going to do with that.
Okay.
Right when I was driving back, so I made a phone call, and pretty much confirmed it. So James, that's yours. That down payment's for you to go back.
Well, I appreciate that, Lee. I really do.
Well,
And there's our second surprise, a 160 class deer and a man's down payment on the next go-round out to Oklahoma. James, are you headed back out there next year?
More than likely I will.
All right, very good.
I will.
And there's some more to that, James. Okay. So everybody out there that was with us, Josh, Earl, Keith, all of them are aware of it. And while I was out there, I went ahead and called Christy, and she said it was fine.
Okay. I've got the permission from the boss.
All right, permission's now in. And that goes to show you at the end of the day, when you send whitetail sicarios west, they come home with 160 class deer. That's just the way it rolls. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Lee, congratulations again on a monster deer. James, thank you again, sir, for your service and all that you do.
I appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
All right, guys. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Probably with a skinny Georgia doe harvest, but it is what it is. Thank y'all.
On YouTube, I need to get you to
Lee, is this the outfitter?
Whitetail
This is
Cartel.
one of the hunting guys.
Okay.
Okay. You can see my doe harvest on there.
He did.
Yep. But yeah, that's great news. I hope Lee makes it out. I would like to get somebody else to come out, but I don't know if he'll go past Davisburg.
Way too sorry.